So welcome to a first look at Cardterrupters. This is a very interesting game. Full disclosure, it was provided to me by the developer. It is currently pre-release alpha release type of thing. The embargo lifted just a couple of days ago, and I'm very excited to play it. It has a very unique style that we'll get into as we go through it. But if I had to give a 10,000 foot view, it is a card-based roguelite in which time is the primary resource that you are spending. So, without further ado, let us see what we can do here. And as we head into the demo, thank you again to the developer for sharing this, but obviously my opinions are my own. So as we come in, we have a deck of cards. We're going to have the equivalent of relics, which are items that change the way that the game plays. And then other than that, we have a hit point pool, and I'll kind of explain the rest as we press forward. Has an interesting kind of like map revealing type of system. So let's go into our first combat and I will explain it. So choosing 2 bonus cards for the upcoming battle modifies the way that the game is played. So it gives you 8 options, 3 of which are negative. Start with slow, start with less defense, all enemies start with some power, and then 5 strengthening cards where we have similar benefits. It shuffles them up, and then we select 2, and we hope that we don't select 2 bad ones. All right, we start with 7 haste and 7 slow. I believe those cancel out. Hey, Jokewa, there is no category for this new game that I am playing, Cardterrupters. We will be getting to Spell Rogue in the second half of the stream. So, okay, so everyone must wait before their turn. This is based on their speed, and everyone is different. The character speed is how fast they travel along this bar, which isn't super well tutorialized here. But when your character reaches this line of demarcation, they then have the opportunity to cast spells. So if you have a 1.75 and a 1.25 cost of time casting cards, it will take you 4 seconds from the beginning of your cast phase to the end, and the cast is as long as the time. So if I attack an enemy that is casting, I will break them. This removes the next skill from their turn. Breaking all of the enemy's skills interrupts them skipping their turn entirely. We'll talk more about that as we get a little bit further in. But breaks only happen when HP is lowered, so armor and dodge will prevent that. So we'll kind of see it as we go, but so then we have, what else do I need to tell you? Press V to swap cards in your hand with a new one from your deck, and press F5 to inspect the statuses that are available. It sums up our cast time here. You can use up to 3 cards, and you can cancel or remove cards using X or left click. I have not added it to the GitHub yet. I have to push a rather major refactor. Okay, so things that we're going to see here. We have each of them casting a 1.75 second action that is a defend. So what we can do is we can grab some attack actions, and it looks like because they have a little bit of time before they act. I don't know, it doesn't tell you how long this is, but I think we can afford to cast a little bit more. So I'm going to cast 1 attack on each of them, and then we're going to go ahead and do it. And the hope is that, I'm not going to cast before the pumpkin casts. You saw the pumpkin passed beyond me, but I did interrupt the dog by hitting it. Okay, so we have 1.5 seconds before the dog acts, and we have 0.5 seconds after the pumpkin gets to here. And this is the thing that's hard is, ideally, this would tell us how long total we have before they get attacked, but that's a separate issue. So given that the dog is acting in 1.5, we can't really do much here. So I think I'm just going to try to burn down the dog, and I'm not going to worry because neither of them are attacking us. So let's see if we do that. So ours is going to take 4.75. So when this goes ahead, we're going to see the dog rush ahead of us, and then we'll catch up, and then the pumpkin will also probably lap us. So there you go. So now we get our big action, which is going to, I believe, zero out the dog. There we go. And then we continue forward. So you can see how time as a resource is kind of starting to be kind of a core principle of the game. I'm going to put up some armor just in case it decides to attack, but we weren't going to beat it to the punch there, is basically the short version. So now, by us hitting it, we did not remove its action. I'm actually not sure why. I expected that we would. But we have 2 armor right now, and it's attacking for 5. So we're just going to do 1 defend here. And that will fully defend us. And because we're quick, we'll get it off before the pumpkin attacks. So it's an interesting dynamic to the game that I'm pretty enamored by, actually, if I'm being honest. And then because it's not doing an attack, we can go for a big turn, even though we're going to be nice and slow this time. But yeah, like I said, this is very early alpha, but has some interesting dynamics. Now, there is a flight mechanic that is not well described, but we take flight when good things happen, and some of our attacks consume that resource. But not fully clear on how flight is realized. There we go. So that was our first fight, and then we have 3 options for loot. These are indeed options, not, you don't get all 3 of them. So we'll go with adding a card to our deck, and then we get 3 choices. So we have a very quick haste card, which is pretty interesting. Haste makes our bar move faster, of course. We also have Inferno. If the enemy has burn, deal 2 damage 3 times. We could go for a burn deck here. I think the S means that it's upgraded, so let's grab that. I think that will pay off. And then we can do a bit more. Choose a bonus card for HP and money. Sure. Okay, so again, we're going to select these, and we might get positives, or we might get negatives. Okay. There's bridges. I do like the overworld exploration, but it's obviously still early phases. Okay, we have another upcoming battle. I'm still trying to decide if it is worth trying to skip this phase. Okay, we seem to be really good at canceling out the benefits that we're getting. Okay, so we beat them to casting. I think we will indeed haste ourselves. And then both of them are going pretty quickly. So I'm worried. I think I'm just going to do that. We have 2 seconds of casting, so we should get that all done. But we're gonna take some hits here. All right. Yeah, they are speedy. We also have haste now, though, too. I guess let's do that. The bat does beat us to the punch. That's the one thing. I guess it's just like a skill that you learn, is how much time you have before actions like that will happen. But let's see. I'm going to try to interrupt the pumpkin here. 3.5. I think we're safe on that front. So let's just leave it at that. And then while the bat will outpace us, we should... we did not cancel the pumpkin's action. Now, I don't know if that's because it has to be in its casting phase when we attack it. But we're going to take the full brunt of its abuse here. So I'm just going to go after the bat. And I guess I'll do that because I don't think it matters. Actually, I guess it would have mattered. Oh, yeah. We got fully interrupted there. Okay. They aren't doing any attacks against us, so we can do that, but... So that did interrupt. I don't know what the difference there was. That's interesting. Now, I think this should interrupt the pumpkin, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. Okay, that does nothing. There we go. That did interrupt. Okay. So the bat was casting, but that time the pumpkin wasn't casting yet. So still trying to figure that one out. This should get it before it is able to cast. Yeah, we barely beat it there. Okay. Yeah, so the interrupt is still something that I'm trying to fully wrap my head around. Let's get a charm this time. So we have the butter knife, gain 1 dodge at the start of your turn if you don't have any. Or the horseshoe, when inflicted with slow, gain haste instead. Let's go with the butter knife. That seems very strong. But we will see. Okay, we get some money. This is a campsite, or I believe it's a campsite. But let's try this. I was thinking that gaining slow from this could be turned into haste, which would be pretty huge. All right. The charms are permanent for the run. This is a roguelite after all. Okay, so let's see. The owl is pretty fragile, and I think because we are speedy, we can really go hard here on the owl. And we'll still beat it to the punch. So, yeah, so we did interrupt there. Now, does the burn kill the bat? That's a question that I don't know, but I think we will. Let's do that, and let's do the haste, and let's see if the burn kills the bat. Okay, the burn did not kill the bat. Today we learned, so I'll do that. The dog is going to defend, so I think we'll just do that. We'll be nice and slow, that's fine. We have tons of time before the bat gets to act. But yeah, that did not reset the wolf's attack. Now the wolf is into, this is 1.75 seconds total, so we only have like 0.3 seconds to act. So I think we just queue up. Oh, actually, hold on a second. So we should put something up that's going to get interrupted. So we should put up the armor first and then the 2 attacks, because the armor is going to get canceled here. Oh, because we had dodge, I guess it didn't. But yeah, it's definitely a very interesting game. We're not going to get to act at all before it acts, and then now we can just go full damage. So burn, take 2 additional damage when broken. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, so I hadn't read the tooltip on that one, Jokewa, but yeah, the burn is more like a vulnerable than anything else. Let's see. I think let's go with a new card. So we have Tenderize, deal 6 damage, enemy defense -1. With Airborne, which I was mentioning before. I don't know how we get Airborne. Or let's do Inferno. If the thing is burning, we get a big attack. Did we actually pick that up? Yeah, we did. Okay. There's kind of a missing animation there. So let's see. Toss a card into the fire. Let's get rid of 1 basic attack, because now we have this new attack that's basically better in every way as long as we have burn going. Okay. And then let's restore 11 HP. Yeah, we'll see how long it lasts. I don't know if it's only for the turn, but only time will tell. Okay, we got a dodge card. That seems good, although it's a little less advantageous. Okay, ooh, that looks like that's the boss fight, so we'll get to that in a second, but let's finish exploring. New loot. Mach 5. Deal 1 damage to all enemies. Inflict 4 slow to all enemies for each break. Ooh, that sounds really good. Okay, we get both of those. There's no way to tell which are mutually exclusive rewards versus not, which is interesting. I think that's something that probably needs to be added. But like I said, game is in very early development. Okay. Man, I've had really bad luck with those. Maybe I should just stop. So I can do this to really quickly get a break on both of them, I think. And I think I have enough time for both of those. So let's see. Yep. Okay. It appeared not to get a break on either of them. Curious. So let's see. So let's go for the owl with those two. And then we'll haste ourselves. And I think we have time for all of that to work. Okay, so we burn you. Then we get 3 damage. If the cards are random, I would prefer a spinner compared to a false card choice. I'm not sure I follow Jokewa. Let's see. So we'll do this. We'll do Inferno again, but Inferno is not benefiting from the burn, from what I can see. I'm not sure if that's actually the case, but we burn you, and then we do 3 damage, but it doesn't get increased. All right, and so as a result, we missed that. Ah, pre-combat buffs and debuffs. Yeah, I can see that. Let's see. So Mock. Neither of them have armor, so that should kill the owl, I think. Yep. Okay. But yeah, the timing on being able to stop the dog from acting, that's tripping me up a little bit. I'm just going to let the dog cast, and we'll get our full turn in here. We are weakened at the moment. That's hurting us a fair amount. We do have 2 dodge, which I believe is this one here. But I guess let's put another dodge in. We don't have any burning currently. Well, we can get it with that, so I guess we'll do that. Yep, we had the dodge, so I wasn't worried about anything. Okay. Yeah, we're doing so little damage, and then we can just rush out that last cast there to get the kill. Okay, so starting to get the hang of it. Definitely an interesting game loop. Let's go for a charm here. Gain 5 haste at the start of battle. When you gain airborne, gain 2 more. I guess I'll do this one. Okay, we got a new enemy in the Hornet. And then... finally a double positive. But yeah, I can see what you're talking about, Jokewa. The spinner doesn't add much, does it? Okay, so we can go pretty hard, I think, on this one. Let's get the dodge just so we're good to go. And we're going to give everything to the Wasp in hopes of interrupting it. Okay, didn't interrupt. Didn't interrupt. Continue to be very confused. We do still have some of that. I think we're at 1.5. We have tons of time, so I'll haste myself. Okay, you're roasted. Again, that didn't interrupt. So there's something about the interruption mechanic that we need to figure out. No interrupt. No interrupt. And then we get the kill. Okay. We can get our 3rd charm, but let's get a card here. Yes, Joe Kawa. The tricky thing though that I'm still trying to figure out is there's also the time before their turn happens. So the number that it shows associated with the action is only a is only from the time of casting, basically. So second win is P. I don't know what that stands for, but we'll grab it. Having a heal probably is a good thing. What is this? The shop. So we have tender eyes, bigger hands, hand size +1 for the next turn, inflict poison, recover HP, gain defense at start of battle. So these are, I don't see prices on these. Or to the blacksmith. What is this? Oh, cute. Okay, so we can upgrade cards. So P is the first level of upgrade. Let's upgrade Inferno if we can. Oh, we can upgrade for power or speed. I see. Let's upgrade for speed. Costs 3 of our money. So P is, okay, P and S are, yeah, got it. All right, let's see. Go back to the shop, and then... Okay, yeah, we can't afford anything else. Okay, I think it's boss time. Army ants, it looks like. All right, we will roll the dice on this, even though... Oh, they lose 10 HP and -1 defense. That seems like it's only good news for us. Okay, so the big boy is pretty big. So I would assume that this would get an interrupt, but... So far, I'm not sure. But what we can see from here is our cast is 1.88 seconds. And since none of them are going now, we should get all of our casts in. We got 1 interrupt of the 2. Not fully clear on why. Let's see. Do we go for the little ants? I don't think so. I think we put those 2 in and then yeah, let's just go for it. Let's go full ham bone on the big guy. So we did a ton of damage there, but did not get any interrupts. 2.25, we're probably still safe. I'm going to grab the dodge too, even if it comes at a slight cost. It means that we take a weak attack, which consumes our dodge. Again, Maki doesn't interrupt anything there. So I think defense does hinder interrupts, but we're not... That's what's kind of confusing, is it doesn't seem like maybe only in this space you can interrupt them. Like we could try that, although I don't know which of the ants this one is, unfortunately. That's another thing that's a bit hard to read. Actually, let's do Flame Inferno. Okay, so it was the weak attack one there. Okay. Yeah, no interrupt there. The big ant is going to go, but it's only debuffing. And then we might get interrupted by one of the little ants. Does it highlight them, Jokewa? So, okay, so this ant... Right, so you're saying, okay, so this ant is the one that's attacking. So you could potentially interrupt it, but it's not the particularly interesting one. So if we hold off, maybe just take a long turn here, maybe we can get an interrupt on the big ant. Nope, the big ant's going first. Okay, we broke one of them, but none of them were in the cast period. The dodge trinket that we got is like insanely beneficial right now. Okay, so we could move quickly to beat the queen ant, but she's not doing anything. One of them was in cast, and that was the one that we interrupted, Jokewa? Okay. We're just going to go for a defensive turn here, and I think it's fine that it's going to take us a second to get there. And then we're hasted, and the haste, okay, so haste is number of seconds. When we pick up 5 haste, that's how long it lasts for, it appears. Okay, we did interrupt the boss there. We have 2 seconds of haste left. And then we can't generate... there's no point in whacking the boss, because, well, we need to get rid of the defense regardless, I guess. Alright, let's just do a long turn. I think we're going to be okay. Okay, no interrupt despite the fact... Okay, so there's a threshold for how much damage you have to do. So the 1 damage from Mach is not enough. Okay, oh, okay. I thought that the armor would have caused issue there, but it didn't seem to. So it's seeming a little unclear to me still, Jokewa, but let's see. So right now neither of them are shielded. So I'm going to do this, and then I guess I'll just do that. So are we going to see any interrupts from the first action? No. So do we think that they have to be in cast and we need to do HP damage? Is that the current theory? It's really hard to line things up with cast, I feel like. Especially since you don't know how long before they enter cast. That would be useful information, but I don't think we have access to that. Let's grab our third charm. Draw 1 more card or inflict -1 defense on all enemies. Let's draw more cards.